So we've had a little sniff of summer. Yes, the golf season is just around the corner and it's set to get to 16 degrees this weekend. Jordan Spieth has got the Shanks, and I'm going to give you a little tip to help you fix the Shanks as well. So Jordan, I hope you're watching, and I'm going to put these two clubs head to head. This is the Callaway Apex Pro iron, and I'm going to put it up against the new Mizuno 9194 forged iron. So you might want to keep watching this. So I'm not sure if you watched the golf at the weekend, but if you did, you might have noticed that JB Holmes won the comp, but that's irrelevant. More important than that, Jordan Spieth got the Shanks, and yes, I think he had shot a mid-80s round, which we're all capable of doing that. So if you are struggling with the Shanks, and like I said, Jordan, if you're watching this, nice little tip for you here. As you can see, I've got 3 white tee pegs down just next to the ball, and there's a nice simple idea here. Set up to the ball with the middle of your club, if you like, and as we hit the golf ball, I'm going to make sure I get good connection with it. I'm going to try and hit the ball with the toe of my club, and I'm clearly going to try and miss the tee pegs. You notice I just clipped the far left tee peg. That just shows my path is a little bit into out, but at the same time, what we're trying to do here is keep the club away from the tee pegs. I'll just hit one more. If you get this right, you might just catch it a little bit out of the toe of the club, which is as far from the heel, as far from the shank as you can get. So that is a good sign. One more. So again, bring it into the toe if I can. There you go. Nowhere near the tee pegs. It's a good idea to do this with 2 or 3 tee pegs out on the grass on the practice ground if you can, or if you're at a driving range, just turn the tee pegs upside down so you can get them to stand up, obviously. The biggest common problem or biggest fault for a golfer who has a shank is nice and simple. The club gets closer to the ball during the downswing. So as you're doing the downswing, the club gets further away from the body, if you like, more towards the ball. The hosel gets closer to the ball. Many things can cause that. Sometimes being too flat, sometimes throwing the club over the top too much, weight being too far back on the heels and set, but then moving towards the toes impact. The simple suggestion here is that things are getting closer to the ball during your downswing. We don't necessarily want you to get away from the ball, but certainly we don't want you getting any closer. So this little drill, really nice and simple. Like I've said, put the ball just about 1.5 inches away from the tee pegs, tee it up in the middle of the club, and then as you're swinging, it's a nice simple drill. You've got to miss the tee pegs. So I did mention I've got a couple of new clubs to try. This is the Mizuno 919 Forge club. Again, Mizuno make good looking clubs. Apparently this is a powerful, good looking club as well, and we're going to put it up against Callaway's brand spanking new Apex. The Apex brand for Callaway has been phenomenal, and we're hoping that this performs just as well. This is the Apex Pro, again forged, so both of these clubs, I'd say aimed at the better player, but at the same time aiming for the golfer, or aimed towards the golfer that wants to see a bit of forgiveness, a good looking club with a nice bit of feel to it. We know that these generally aren't quite as strong as some of the turbo clubs that are out there, these power irons that we're seeing so many around, these 180, 190 yards 7 irons, which are just getting obscene. We just know the loft on these are very much cranked down. However, these two clubs, you know what, I'm just going to have a quick check of the loft. I'm just going to have a quick check of these lofts now. So this is the Callaway first of all. That is 31 degrees on the Callaway. Mizuno, also 31, both bang on 31 degrees. That is quite standard now. Obviously a lot of the power irons are down to 27s and 28s. Let's whack them. Okay, so Mizuno first of all, like I said, looks great. This is just a stiff steel shaft in it. I might be off the Mizuno, the toe looks quite long from the heel to toe. Felt nice. That was a nice hit, got through that ball much better. So the better looking the club gets, the less forgiving generally. And again, with these clubs that are forged, we were looking for a good bit of feel. Certainly off this face, that ball does feel nice. It doesn't feel too hot, that's for sure. Yeah, 3 nice hits there. Okay, and this is the Apex Pro iron, totally different finish actually. Let's have a little look at these together. The Apex Pro is a polished chrome versus the slightly matte look to the Mizuno. The only one problem I'd see with that is a bit of glare in the sun, but we don't need to worry about that too much in the UK, do we? If you're watching this over in America, then yeah, you probably have a problem with a little bit of sun blindness there. The toe, the blade isn't quite as long, so it's not quite as long on the toe. Suits my eye much better, to be honest, than the Mizuno as well. And the top edge just looks a little bit cleaner as well. Let's give this a whack. There, that looks good. That felt hot. So that certainly feels a little bit harder off the face in the Mizuno. Sounded a little bit differently as well. I don't know if you could hear that. A little bit of a click to the strike. Definitely suits my eye better, this, than the Mizuno though. Yeah, nice strike. Okay, couple of decent strikes with both of them. One awful one with both clubs. But yeah, I mean, this is it. This is what golf's about. We're not going to hit everything perfect. If you're looking for a game improvement iron that'll help you with your more inconsistent swings, and these probably aren't the ones for you. This is a good looking club with a little bit of power, or not. We'll find that out in a minute. I've already mentioned the loft on these clubs are both 31 degrees. We know some of the brands at the minute are making 28 degree lofted, so it's almost a club stronger. So this isn't going to give me a 180, 170, 180 7 iron. I'm pretty confident at that. I'll have a little quick look at these numbers and just see where we get to though. Okay, so the green line on the screen here is the Apex, the Callaway, and the blue line is Mizuno. Both seem to come off pretty similar. Ball speed is 111 with the Mizuno, 112.9, so nearly 2 miles an hour faster with the Apex Pro, and it did feel a bit hotter off the club face. A launch angle a little bit lower with the Apex, 20.8 degrees. The Mizuno 20.1, it's 0.3 of a degree difference, nothing really different to there. Spin, lower spin with the Callaway 5.3, more spin with the Mizuno 5.8. So if you're looking for a little bit more spin, the Mizuno might be the club for you. If you want a bit less spin, and you want that ball to just release a little bit more when it lands, the Callaway might be the one. Certainly around links golf courses, I'm looking for a lower spinning ball flight, more penetrating. Certainly carry distances, 155 with the Mizuno, so we know it's a bit weak on these power irons, and 159 with the Callaway. Okay, so for me on that occasion the Callaway won, but for different things. Callaway's lower spinning, so it's going to go a little bit further. The Mizuno felt softer, and sure enough it had more spin. If you're looking for something that gives you a bit more distance and a bit more flatter flighted and certainly lower spin rate in your irons, but you still want something that looks good, the Callaway Apex Pro is the one for you. If you want something that gives you a bit more spin and feels a bit soft off the face, Mizuno 919 is the one for you. But what I would suggest is get custom fitted. Spend some time with myself or Gary here at the Old Links, or any of the team down at Lytham Golf Academy. Or if you're not in the area, if you're abroad, go and see a PGA Pro and a custom fitting expert and learn about the right product for you, as I keep saying in all of my videos. Okay, back here at St Anne's Old Links over the weekend, we had a 14-hole competition. 160 golfers played. That is must be a record here for February. And the competition winners, congratulations to Anthony Hope, Mick Maunder, Brian McKee and Figo, who've shot a 74 points, 5 points ahead of everybody else. They blitzed the field. Well done, guys. Bit more news about the club. So Thursday night, don't forget, it is the SGM again. Make sure you come down and vote. We're talking subscriptions on this occasion, so come down, make sure you have your vote and have your say. And then on the 4th of March, Lauren and the club are running another rules evening, so come along to that. That sign up for that is in the clubhouse currently. The team down at Lytham Golf Academy have got quite a lot happening. The new ball machine's being fitted next week, and we've just made a big announcement. Yes, Top Tracer is going to be live on our range from the 1st of April. So Top Tracer, 9 of our bays will be Top Tracer bays. Very similar setup to this, where you'll be able to see your ball flight. There'll be a screen on each bay, and you'll be able to measure your distances, play some nearest the pin challenges, longest drive challenges, even play a few holes. You need to download the app first though, so we'll be giving a lot more information about that over the next few weeks. Once again, thanks for watching. If you do subscribe, make sure you hit that notifications bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. If you don't subscribe, hit the subscribe button now for me if you will. Just remember that little tip for the shanks. Put the T-pegs down and keep the club away from that T-peg. Make sure you miss them. If you hit them, you're going to shank it, I'm afraid. And then obviously if you want to try some new equipment out, we've got lots of new custom fit toys around at the moment for every brand, every manufacturer. We've got effectively 3 toy boxes full of gear. Come down and spend some time with us. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your golf this weekend. Come on Liverpool, it's a big game, Liverpool United. See you soon.